happening now. Protests are starting outside of a suburban Chicago ICE facility once again. The Border Patrol chief has been overseeing Operation Midway Blitz, now part of a new court filing against the Department of Homeland Security. Gregory Bovino is accused of violating a judge's order and personally tossing tear gas at anti-ICE protesters. Mills Hayes has been covering these protests for us from week outside of the Broadview ICE facility in Chicago. She's there again this morning. What's happening around you? Have there been any clashes thus far today?
Hi, Marni. No clashes today. It's a complete 180 from what we saw last Friday when protesters were in the streets. Police told protesters this morning they could go ahead to their protest zone earlier than usual as long as they did not get in the streets. And if they did, they would face arrest. Of course, we now see that they have blocked off the road with cars. We did speak with one of the protesters who was arrested last Friday. Take a listen.
What we've seen this past week has been an escalation from ICE in the city. We've seen them violate the TRO. We saw Greg Bovino himself throw a tear gas canister at people in Little Village yesterday. They arrested multiple U.S. citizens. They arrested high school students.
Under the temporary restraining order, federal agents or officers are not supposed to use riot control methods like tear gas unless there is an imminent threat. But new video appears to show Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino toss a can of tear gas into the crowd of protesters in Chicago. And attorneys representing the protesters, journalists, and clergy members say that the video shows Bovino and agents disobey the TRO. Community members say that a warning was never given. Protesters demonstrating after federal agents and officers were spotted in a majority Hispanic neighborhood of Little Village this week. At least 6 people were detained Thursday. Chicago police also responded to multiple 911 calls, including from federal agents needing assistance. One person was arrested for allegedly battering a CPD officer, and community members say that 2 students on the way to school were detained and allegedly assaulted by federal agents. Now, we did just get a statement from the Department of Homeland Security about this incident that happened. They say that Border Patrol agents were conducting an enforcement operation in Little Village, and they were surrounded by a group of nearly 100 protesters, and they were telling the protesters to get back. DHS says that protesters were throwing fireworks and rocks and other objects at agents, including one that struck the head of Chief Bovino. And they say that they were given multiple warnings to back up, or chemical agents like tear gas would be used, but they did not back up. And the DHS statement also saying that the use of tear gas was needed to keep the safety of protesters and agents. Now, of course, this is also coming at the same time that Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has created an accountability commission to document the instances of Operation Midway Blitz and to examine what's happening, accusing federal agents of, quote, a dangerous abuse of power. Pritzker wants the people of Illinois to record everything and post it on social media. The Department of Homeland Security responding in part, quote, once again, Governor Pritzker continues to smear law enforcement who simply enforce the rule of law and are putting their lives on the line to remove violent criminals from Illinois because J.B. Pritzker refuses to do his job. Now, Pritzker says that a report from this commission will be released in January. And of course, anti-ICE protests continue throughout the Chicagoland area with more planned tomorrow. And of course, some happening right now, Marni.
All right, in Broadview for us this morning, Mills Hayes, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.